7th was not just a day of tragedy for the people of Israel. It was a turning point in the soul of the region and the world. The world witnessed an inhuman act of terror committed by Hamas militants. The brutal killing of the defenseless, small children, pregnant women, the elderly. In just the first day, more than 1,400 people were murdered. And it wasn't only Jews. Among the victims were Bedouins, Druze, Thai workers, Russians, Germans, Americans. October 7th was not the wound of one nation. It was the cry of all humanity. We saw destroyed homes, people torn to pieces, children crying in Hebrew. It all started with thousands of rockets launched from Gaza into Israeli cities. And then came the response. Staggering, relentless, airstrikes, bombings, neighborhoods reduced to rubble. And then we saw mothers bending over their lifeless children, screaming in Arabic, Gaza drowned in blood. And the pain of thousands, it turned into ashes, into a living hell, whose cries are still heard today. Israel is in trouble. The people of the north fled their homes. They became refugees, and grief struck both sides. We saw the end of illusions and the beginning of a terrifying question. What if there is no way out? This is not a war of who struck first. It is a spiral that never ends unless we build something new. For decades, peace was a slogan, a process, a negotiating table without legs. We learned to manage conflicts, but not to resolve them. We built fences, not a future, but a future built on division will always collapse under its own fear. If the path, decades long, has not led to the goal, what if the format is not a state, but a directory? So what is the Palestinian Directory? It is not a state. It is territory. It is a new form of coexistence, a foundation, a structure, where Palestinian identity is protected and Israel's security is guaranteed, where digital governance replaces corrupt intermediaries, where every citizen is seen, heard, and answered, where Jerusalem becomes a shared light, not a battlefield, where the future is not inherited, but chosen. We call on all leaders not to take sides, but to take responsibility. This is not a war to be won. This is a peace to be created. And we need a new language, not of accusations, but of imagination. We invite you to join the first global initiative for a non-military solution based on dignity, technological transparency, and a new logic of hope, an initiative where investment flows into peace and prosperity, not into building fences, condemning thousands to death and pain. Some will say, it's too idealistic, others, too late. But those who lost their children do not care about theory. They care about tomorrow. The Palestinian Directory is not a utopia. It is a door. Open it before the fire returns again, before silence becomes eternal, before no one is left to hear the word peace.